Yes, we are live.
Yeah, we are live. I'm like, are we live? Hey, this is Bob and Cory. We're here. Welcome to another episode of Schnozcast. Cory, how are you?
Holy hell, buddy. I am fan-freaking-tastic yet again.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted because this is the second episode we've done tonight, and the one we just did, I gave my heart and soul to, and I feel like we fucking crushed it. And if you've not heard it, it's the one in which we talk about the fucking Coldplay CEO thing. So go back and listen to it. But you know what? I'm going to find a way to give all of myself yet again for another show. And here we go.
Time to do it to it, buddy.
Yeah, let's do it. So if you're new to the show, thank you for joining us. If you're returning, we're so glad to have you back. If you want to go back and listen to any previous episodes, you can go anywhere you can get a podcast. Definitely go to YouTube, like, subscribe, follow us. If you want to send us an email, you can send it to schnozcast@gmail.com, or you can DM us directly on Instagram at schnozcast. Tell us what you think. Tell us if there's a topic you want us to cover, or comment on what you just heard. I mean, Jesus Christ, there's 300 plus episodes out there. We're not sure where you started. We just met a gentleman who we're now following on Instagram, who goes by, I think his hashtag his handle on Instagram is Luke Kills. Maybe it's Luke _Kills.
Kills. Yeah.
And so shout out to him. He chatted us up just a couple of days ago while we were at the bar editing the video. Cory was putting it together, and we're talking about the show as we do once a week. And if you want to see us in action, come see us in Uncle Ray's on Thursdays. But Luke was sitting right there, and he chatted us up, and he was like, he looked at Cory's screen, and Cory was in the midst of putting the artwork together, which if you're new to the show, we try to do a brand new piece of original artwork to promote every episode. It is separate from the show, separate from the recording, separate from the video and the audio, but we use it as promotional material to post on Instagram and on Facebook and Threads, and even on YouTube. Do you use it on YouTube?
What's happening? What was that?
I don't know. I have no idea. It's not from my laptop.
That was really weird.
Let's turn the volume down just to make sure it's not my laptop.
That was insane. I don't know where that came from.
I don't either.
I do still have this video up, which I need to close.
Yeah,
but
let's do that. I just muted my laptop, so let's remove all the likely culprits and the causes.
That was really
but anyway, so yeah, we try to put a new piece of artwork out there every week, and we the little peek behind the curtain. We go, okay, here's the show we recorded last week, or if we're doing an older banked episode, we're like, okay, I listened to it again, and what do we talk about? What do we want to pick as the title for this episode? And this particular episode was The Puzzler, and I happened to blurt out the puzzle that Cory was going to drop a puzzler on the rest of us on the show, and he found that to be maybe unadvisable and hilarious that I used the term, and it just seemed like a Batman villain kind of a thing. So Cory was putting together the artwork for this. He found a really great font that made it look like puzzle pieces, and so Luke was sitting next to us at the bar, and he happened to look over to see the artwork, and he's like, "What do you got? What is that? What are you guys doing?" And it just started this like a conversation that went on for what seemed like the entire night.
It was basically the entire night
about podcasts and where he's from and how did we get started and all of this stuff. And listen, if you've ever done anything that is art, I'll just say art. Something that's creative, something that you put out into the world, whether you're a writer, whether you're a photographer, a videographer, you make videos, or you're a podcaster, or you're an influencer, or you put out something into the world, and you don't know how people are going to take it. If anybody ever actually approaches you and they're interested in what you're doing and they want to know what you do, it's like the best kind of gratification that you can get, that someone has recognized that what you're doing is, if not good, at least interesting.
Oh, dude, it was awesome talking with him, and he was very interested in the podcast, and he has some friends that are interested in starting a podcast. Mm-hmm. So we were able to talk about that, and and he got to see some of the work that we do, and I think he was impressed by it.
We're not looking for people to be impressed as much as we just want to be seen and heard, right?
Yeah.
Make your own judgments, whether you think what we're doing is good or funny or both.
Or a piece of shit.
Yeah. That's still feedback. It means you watched or listened.
Feedback. Any feedback is good feedback.
Yeah. Yeah. If you think we suck, we definitely DM us on Instagram at Schnozcast.
Yeah.
Primus made a whole career out of that with their whole audience chanting Primus sucks during the entire show. And that's how they got big.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, it was a big thing back in the 90s. Primus sucks.
I mean, I love Primus even without knowing that.
You might not love Primus at all if it weren't for those people who started that chant and started to follow them. And it was obviously a sarcastic, ironic sort of a message. They didn't really think that they sucked, but it got them enough followers that they ended up fucking on Lollapalooza.
Schnozcast sucks. Schnozcast sucks.
Yeah, you never know. So hats off to Luke Kills. We are, now that we have our Instagram back in our evil clutches, we are definitely following Luke Kills back in return. And we thank him for a pretty, good evening of just chit chat and talking about the show and why we do it. And holy shit, we've been doing it for so long.
And we might have him on one day.
Yeah, I would love to.
We discussed that a little bit.
Yeah. So if you're a total stranger and you and I have never met,
come on our show.
Yeah. Go to Ray's on Thursdays, and you might get a spot on the show.
You can sign up on the list.
Yeah, there's a sign-up list on the wall at Ray's for who wants to be in the Schnozcast.
Which Mel and Sadie are also on the list.
They're welcome anytime they want to come on.
Mel is, I think, going to be probably on first.
Likely.
Seems like Sadie's going to be a little hard to lock down.
I think if the two of them aren't on together, it's probably not going to happen for Sadie.
I know Mel will be on for sure.
Yeah, I think Sadie should take advantage of it and just come. At least then, you've girl power, right? You've got your best girl next to you. If you're scared at all, you've got some coverage.
Someone to fall back onto.
Yeah. Yeah, so you don't have to be the one voice where we're just both looking at Sadie going, uh-huh. Yeah, so go ahead. Answer the question. Put her on the spot.
Speak up.
Right. We are a drinking podcast, so this is the time, boys and girls, where you should pour yourself a shot and join us. And we're doing Fireball tonight. Big surprise.
No way.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
Oh.
It only gets better.
Does it? When does that happen?
Right now.
Maybe after this one?
Okay, maybe one more.
Okay. Oh, Lord. All right. For this episode, we have decided that we are doing an existential question only episode tonight. And that's what we're doing. So I might as well get started with the music and the artwork. So here we go. Existential question. Todd Dillon, don't you dare fucking complain that we didn't play your music.
Which he hasn't heard it yet.
He hasn't. Because every time we're like, hey, we're ready to go. He's like, I can't make it. Existential. So.
I mean, for good reason, but.
Yeah, absolutely.
He still is not.
But since he's not here, I'm going to pull the volume down to the bottom, and that's all you get.
He has not been able to hear his own work.
Yeah,
yet.
Well, that's also his fault. He should go back and listen to this episode.
Very true. Very true.
What's stopping him? All right. So, existential question of the week. So what we're doing this week is we're going to go through a few of them. We have picked, not at random, but we've picked 5 specific questions to ask, and we're going to see how this goes. We have no idea what the answers are going to be. We've merely talked at very high level about these questions.
And roll the dice.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That fireball never wants to go away.
Don't puke.
No, there's no puking. It's just, if you want to talk uninterrupted.
The old fireball burps.
Woo! All right, here we go.
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah, so you're just a little bit better with that than me. Okay, so for this week, here's the first one. Now, this one's a existential question of the week is a description of the question. Not all questions are, quote unquote, by dictionary definition, existential. But some of them get pretty existential, and this one I think qualifies. First question here is, the question is, and also for the audience, this is a question for you as well. So reach back out to us at DM us on Instagram. Probably the easiest way to do it. If you're one of those email people where you work for a living and you're on email all day, take a break from sending your boss suck up emails trying to get a raise, and shoot emails to us at schnozcast@gmail.com and give us your answer to this question, which is, what is a rule you've made for yourself? This is a pretty existentially question, which is a word I just made up. Schnozcast is by definition the show that asks the question, huh? And that's what we do. So, what is a rule you've made for yourself? We can table this.
What? Yeah. Let me think on that one, because
this is a puzzler.
I don't know if there's too many rules now that I'm grown and married and live with my wife. I don't.
Yeah.
It's not. It's like Thunderdome, Bob. I just.
Oh no! Hold on. I'm not privy to the day-to-day machinations of your marriage or home life, but it's not Thunderdome. If it was Thunderdome, it was Thunderdome before you got married, okay, and now
fair enough. But it might still be Thunderdome in my mind. But those are rules that Danielle's made up, not a rule I made for myself.
Yeah, but by accepting the rule, you're kind of ipso facto making a rule for yourself.
But even at that,
you're a grown man. You're in charge of yourself.
She's loosey-goosey with the rules.
That just means that you know that this rule that she's made, you can twist and bend to your will.
Like when we go out on Thursdays, I should be home at a decent time. But sometimes...
Sometimes it's very early in the morning.
It's a little late.
Yeah. Well, that's all how you look at it. Very early in the morning, very late in the morning. It's fine. Late in the night. Okay, so what is a rule you've made for yourself? We're going to table this for the moment. So anybody listening, you're going to think about this one. Send us your replies. DM us on Instagram. But we will come back to this one. All right. Let's go to the second one. This next question. If you had to move to another country but could pick any you'd like, which would you choose and why?
I think I have my answer for that. Do you?
Yeah. It's really this is an easy one for me. And
I feel
like you know what it is.
I feel like we might have the same answer.
No, there's no way we have the same answer.
Okay. Go ahead.
Are we going to say this at the same time? Like, are we going 3? Wait. Okay. So, Lethal Weapon rules. Is it 1, 2, 3, go, or is it 1, 2, go?
Let's do 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. France.
Canada.
Yeah, we're not the same.
Okay.
Why did you think we were going to be the same?
I don't know.
You thought my answer was going to be Canada?
I did for a second.
Why?
Because I forgot about your fucking French trip that you went and hung out with those dirty frogs. And even though there's a picture behind you hanging up.
Yeah, there's nothing but French shit behind me. But you thought Canada was going to be the...
I mean, that's where I would go. So.
I honestly can't remember. The last time I was at Canada was it was Tony Martinez's birthday. He had it at Casino Windsor. And I went with Nick to hang out with Tony and his dad.
To go gamble?
I'm going to call gambling is a loose term.
Well, for them to go gamble.
They played a lot of slots and a lot of like penny slots, nickel slots. Like no one was like sitting at the blackjack table, like
the high roller table,
gambling hundreds of dollars. It was a very tame gambling.
All right, fair enough.
I probably gambled the most money that night, and I ended up where I always do, thanks Todd Dillon, at the roulette table. And I think I broke even that night. But that's the last time I went. And before that, it was probably in fucking high school. Which, by the way, I've read, sorry to interrupt and cut you short, but this is a news article that I read recently, was that Canada is reeling from the fact that kids under 21 don't want to go to Canada anymore.
Really?
Yeah, once upon a time,
that was the only reason you went to Canada.
It was a great reason to go to Canada because
you had to be 19 to drink.
19 to drink. So 19 and 20-year-olds go in there pretending they know how to play poker in the casino and
lose all their money,
giving their money away. Yeah, and now that's a revenue stream that is no longer available for Canada. For the most part,
at least that's one good thing about millennials. Apparently, they're getting smarter on how to spend their money.
It's bad for the Canucks, unfortunately.
It is, but
yeah,
they've ripped enough money off of us over all the years. And
who are the Canadians?
Yeah,
I would call the Canadians rip-off artists that know how to take our money.
They've gotten a free ride for a long time.
Holy cow! I thought we weren't a political podcast.
I was. That's not political. I'm just stating facts. But so
why would you go to Canada? Why would you personally? And let me restate the question: if you had to move to another country, and this is moving, not visiting, moving there. If you had to move to another country but could pick any you'd like, I'm not sure why they worded it that way, as if you normally would never be able to pick which one you'd like to move to.
Which one you're forced to move to? But in this case,
you could pick it. Which would you choose and why? So why? So you picked Canada. Why Canada?
So the company I currently work for, we have Canadian-based offices, and dude, Canadians get holidays like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah,
it's literally every week there's some sort of Canadian holiday and everything shuts down.
Have you memorized the names of these Canadian holidays that most people don't know?
Not all of it, because there's so fucking many. Like Boxing Day.
Drop a couple.
Boxing Day, Canada Day.
I feel like you just made that up.
No, that's
an actual day.
That's a legit. It's their 4th of July.
Why don't we have? Oh, I was gonna say, why don't we have America Day?
We should.
What the? Get on in America.
We so here in the U.S. we have like 4 or 5 federal holidays.
Federal holidays are generally 4th of July, Labor Day, Memorial Day, New Year's Day, Christmas Day. There's one in like March. Martin Luther King Day.
That's a floating holiday.
It's a floating. Well, some people have it. It's a weird thing. Some of it is a federal holiday. Canada, depends on where you work.
Canada, literally every week.
Every week?
They have some sort of fucking holiday going on.
So Canadians work 4 days a week is what you're saying.
Basically.
Okay.
So, first of all, that would be great. Secondly, healthcare is free.
Well, I don't know if it's free. Isn't it offset by the fact that as a Canadian, Canadians pay more in taxes?
From what I've heard, they also make more money than us. So,
okay.
Ipso facto.
Look, now you're just stealing my ipso facto from earlier, but that's fine. I'll allow it.
But yeah, dude, I think Canada would be, if I had to move somewhere and or wanted to move somewhere,
and you could pick any you'd like.
Yeah,
per the question.
I'm going to Canada, buddy.
Okay.
No, let me say though.
Sure.
None of the French provinces.
Oh, you wouldn't go to Quebec? Sorry, Quebec.
You know,
Montreal.
The amount of times I've dealt with people calling from those provinces.
Yeah.
God damn. They're horrible.
In what way? Is it just because they're speaking in an accent that you can't decipher?
That's one of them.
All right, so
but
they're Francophiles.
A lot of them get very upset very easily. There's only been there's only been one guy that I've dealt with.
Yeah,
and he was trying to phonetically.
Was it Rene Descartes? That guy?
It might have been. He was trying to phonetically read off letters.
Oh no!
And I was like, "Okay." I'm like, again, sir, can you? I'm very sorry. Can you repeat that again?
I am watching The Office and also trying to listen to you. And my 50% attention is not picking up what you're throwing down.
He finally got 100% of my attention because I could not understand even his phonetic alphabet.
Yeah.
And he finally said, and I'm not even going to try to do the accent.
Please.
No.
Throw me a fucking bone. One time.
I don't do accents.
But you've talked to this guy. You have an approximation.
I do.
It's in your head. You know it. Just give it one fucking try. One fucking try.
I don't even know where. No, I don't even know where to start.
What's in English with no accent? What's a thing that he would ask, or the thing that he would have to say?
So what he said was, after I asked him like the third time, I'm like, I'm very sorry, I can't understand the letters that you're saying.
I don't speak Japanese.
And he literally told me, he goes, it's this goddamn French accent I have. I'm so sorry. And I was like, thank you for being honest.
In your head, can you hear him saying that?
I can't.
You can't?
No.
Fuck, you're just trying to get out of this. God damn it. Look, at some point, and I will never stop trying.
I know you won't.
I'm going to get you to just try an accent, because this is a podcast.
Maybe,
no one gives a shit whether you're good at it or not.
I know, but maybe one day. But
one day.
Right now.
I will never stop.
Yeah, okay. But he apologized for having a French accent. I'm like, holy shit, this is the nicest French Canadian I've ever met in my entire life.
We're just shitting on them as being mean, and now you're giving this guy all sorts of props.
Because it was only one dude. Everyone else that...
Okay, one dude out of 100.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess be better, Canada. What else can I say? I really hope we have some
being
Canadian...
French.
Listen, I'm about to ruin this, because my answer to this is I would move to France.
That's where everyone speaks French.
It is. I love the country. Been there twice. Love the accent. I cannot tell you how many movies I've watched in French with English subtitles. Love it.
You monster.
I'm telling you, I just can't. I love everything about it. The pace of life. The
gayness.
I'm sure there's parts about France that I'm not familiar with, like the real big problem they have with unions and with protests and general political shit.
People want to burn down the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to any of that shit, but their movies and their art, I love it all.
All Bob thinks about is sitting on a French side street
in a cafe,
eating croissants.
Yes, drinking wine.
Yeah,
and watching and doing people watching. It is the greatest time I've ever had.
I'm so sorry. That was.
Do not apologize.
Ooh.
Okay, so we're gonna go from that question to. And by the way, if you've got any comments on that question, you can DM us at Schnozcast and let us know what you think about either Canada and or France.
I feel like the Sound Eaters might have.
I'm sure they have something. Yeah, to say about that.
And just to clarify, I love the Sound Eaters. They're both great people.
Yeah,
even though they're from France.
I don't like the way you said that. Audrey and Mia, we love you. We cannot wait to have you back on.
Yes.
However, we are dirty Americans. We're filthy Americans. I feel like that's how the world sees us.
And at least they're not from Quebec.
No, they're from France proper.
Quebec
Quebec,
as some might say,
as the people in Quebec would say.
They're actually France proper.
Actual Quebecois. The people who live there. That's what they call it.
See, I just know I hate it.
All right, moving on. Here's another existentially question, which we can we'll see how we go with this one. Question is, what are you paranoid about?
So this is going to sound really weird, but
I can't wait.
My most paranoid thing is at night. Mm-hmm. I have to, which now it's been a little different because Danielle and I live together and we're married. But before, it was always having the blinds turned up. We
up like this, not down like that.
Yes, we have blackout curtains in the bedroom now.
Wait, was that a thing? Like when you moved in together before you got married, did she put them down and you were like, "Oh no, that shit's got to go up"? Was this a point of contention between the two?
It wasn't a point of contention. I just did it, and she never even because
she's rolled over. She's like, "I'm gonna get that motherfucker on so many other things.
No,
so many other rules. I'll let him have this blinds thing."
No, I said no. It wasn't that like that. She never even really noticed because she doesn't care. Doesn't give two shits about stuff like that. That's just something that's in my mind. But then, so right next to my side of the bed is it's this big closet. And when I was living with my mom still, I had a closet at the foot of my bed.
Mm-hmm.
And if that door was open, there was no way I could go to sleep.
You were paranoid about something being in the closet.
No, not even that. It just, I can't even explain it to you, buddy. I wish I could.
Okay.
I did not want that door open. I don't know why in the back of my head that I couldn't go to sleep with that door open.
Now I'm torn because the first question that we asked was, what is a rule you've made for yourself? And then what we just asked that we're talking about right now is, what are you paranoid about?
They're kind of similar.
They're very similar. Now that I've heard your answer, I didn't know how similar they were, but now I'm thinking that answer could slot into either of these.
Yeah, it could.
Which I'm jealous about because I wish I'd thought of that. Which I didn't.
Because it's not. You've never. Have you ever been up in your room and been like, "Oh, I need to make sure this is shut"?
No. Never.
Yeah. So
yeah,
there's certain little things like that I'm like, this
right.
needs to be closed. And and again, I'm not like, oh, there's a monster in there.
Yeah.
It's just for some reason I need that stuff to be closed, and. Not that I'm afraid of it, or not that I think, some monster's going to come out of the closet.
Yeah.
It's something that annoys me if it's not. So,
okay.
So again, thankfully we now have blackout curtains. Don't have to worry about blinds being a certain direction. The curtains are always shut in the bedroom.
Right.
And don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I think one of the first nights that I ever even stayed over there.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, we're turning these.
Yeah.
Just so they're going the way I like.
My answer literally just occurred to me in the last few seconds, which I guess for savvy viewers of the video, you might have watched my face and been like, oh, it's just dawned on him what his answer is going to be. He's trying to cope with it. It probably played across my face while I was doing that with that kind of confused, kind of a
you have
weird,
a stroke?
Yeah, it might have been a stroke. On top of that, I'm not sure if I've ever talked about this before. It's really not, I don't think it's a big deal, but maybe it's a weird thing. The question is, what are you paranoid about? And I think the best answer I can give is, I'm obviously older than Cory. As Cory
much older.
Cory likes to point out. Was born at a time in which, like when I was growing up, I was taught to use a checkbook. Right, and that's so you have a bank account, you have a checkbook, and that's how you balance your checkbook between debits and credits, and you make sure that it's balanced. So money coming in compared against money going out, and that's the way that you do it. Now, I know that the world is in a different place right now. I know that it's 2025. And everybody, whoever has a bank account, probably has an app in which you can keep track of what your balance is, and you can see all the debits and credits to your account, which most people don't even fucking look at.
You still make a spreadsheet,
dude. I have a checkbook that I still balance, even though there's really not much need for me to do it. And I have a spreadsheet because I'm divorced. I was divorced 12 years ago. It's okay. Everything's all right, in case anybody's concerned. We're on good terms. But I still keep a spreadsheet of bills coming in, bills going out, and then the reason I keep a spreadsheet is because I had, I have 2 kids, and at one point I was paying child support. And I was basically paying, X percent of like medical bills and X percent of school tuition. And then, so there were different formulas that had to be kept track of, and we would maintain a joint account in which we would, some divorced people use friend of the court, and that's the only way they can communicate. And that's how they send money back and forth. That's how they determine.
Right. But you guys were lucky
we did not
enough
do
to,
any of that.
Yeah.
We just did it between the two of us, and it's been amicable, and it's worked out well for 12 years.
Which is, again, it is awesome that you guys were able to figure that out.
And even though my kids are now, when you're paying child support, that only goes until they're 18. My kids are, past 18 years ago, but we still, split, charges between those things that, are things that parents should. And, I'm proud of the fact that I've always treated it seriously and have a pretty good track record of making sure that, never been late with support. Things always get paid, and I'm a good dad. The thing that I'm paranoid about, to answer this question specifically, is when you balance a checkbook, it's hard to do it if you don't have a receipt for some shit. So, like if I go, hang on, not to cut you off. I think you see where I'm going, and you're gonna beat me there.
So Bob and I have been friends for a very, very long time. He's been a family member for a very, very long time.
Yep.
As long as I can remember, anywhere we've gone,
anywhere,
I will just give my debit card. Tell them,
you want a receipt?
Cash me out. I'm
nope,
like, I'm all set.
Yeah.
Bob's like, no, give me that fucking paper receipt.
Yeah, that's how you balance a checkbook. You go through the receipts and you find. Literally, I keep them in my back left pocket, and when it once a week, once every couple of weeks, I'll pull them out. If I can sort of my date, and I'll go and I'll reconcile them in the checkbook. Now, if I go to a gas station and I'm going to fill up my car, and it's like $55 in gas, and at the end of and you put your debit card in like you do at any gas station in 2025, type in your PIN. I'm not going to tell you what my PIN is. And then you pump your gas. At the end, they're like, "Do you want a receipt?" And I'm like, "Yes." Clerk has receipt, because no one fucking cares about receipts anymore, and so there's never any paper. So what? I'm not fucking going inside. Fuck that motherfucker. So I take my phone and I take a picture of the fucking total on the gas gauge or the gas pump, and then at some point during the next week, I will have to remember to go back to my photos and look for the pictures of the gas pumps to go like, what's it stamped? Where was I? Look at the bank account. I'm paranoid about it to a point that's probably unhealthy, but it makes me feel like I am checking the box and I'm accomplishing the goal that needs to be accomplished, which is balance your fucking checkbook.
And if you're able to do it, and
it's so fucking stupid. I know that this is like people are like going, "What the fuck, man?
You're still balancing a checkbook?
What the fuck? Who even has a checkbook?" And to that, I would say, good on you. I'm glad you figured it out.
I think Danielle has
stupid.
Danielle has one somewhere.
A checkbook?
Yeah, I don't know where it's at, but.
Well, she doesn't know where it's. If you don't know where it's at, that means she doesn't use it enough for you to see her use it, which means she's not using it either.
Every once in a while, there's certain things that.
Hold on. If you have a checkbook, there's no using it every once in a while. If you use it every once in a while, that's doing you no fucking good.
There's certain things that she apparently has to send checks in for.
Okay, but that means that she's grabbing her checkbook to write a check and mail it out.
Yeah.
She's not balancing shit. She's just using it for the checks.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, because some charges or some places, you go in for a medical procedure or you have to go to urgent care. They're going to send you a bill and they'll be like, send a payment here. Sometimes they have a thing where you can go online and pay, but a lot of time they're like, send a check.
Right.
And if you have a checkbook, like Danielle does, you could do that. That's all she's doing. She's not going to the level up that I'm going.
God,
like,
no.
I'm balancing. Okay, in my checkbook, what's the check number?
Yeah.
Who did I make it out to? What's the date? Is it a debit? How does that
put the
subtract? Fuck yes, I do. That's what balancing a checkbook is. If you're not doing that, then you are not doing balancing your checkbook. You're just writing checks.
Fair enough. I'm not disagreeing with that by any means. But
this is.
I didn't realize realize the Excel worksheet was.
But the Excel worksheet is. I'm proud of that shit because I have a record of like every expenditure that I've sent to my ex relating to my kids for the last 12 years.
And one day that.
No, it'll never come in handy. But
I was trying to give you,
it's serving no one. Other than for me to look at it and go,
Yes,
good job, buddy.
Yes, I've done this.
Yeah.
I've
Every
completed this.
every time you make a mistake where you're like, oh, you fucking piece of shit. I can't believe you got drunk for the 4th weekend in a row. I could look at this and go,
Look at all these Uncle Ray charges on here.
yeah, look at this. You still took care of your kids.
I still
it's
have the,
okay.
I still have the paper receipt.
It's all right. Yeah. It's okay.
So okay, so now
Yeah.
I want to go back a little bit.
Do you? I'm not sure I do.
No, because this
Oh, okay.
this is for me. This is for me.
got it. We might do together a shot while you're doing your thing.
Being paranoid about something.
Yeah.
So like the closet issue and the blinds, that's not like a true paranoia, I guess. So to change,
Depends on how you define the word.
I mean, fair enough. But to change my answer to like,
Oh, you're changing your answer
yeah,
because of me?
no.
Okay, good.
Anytime now being a homeowner and a serious storm starts rolling through, I start thinking about like, holy shit, is our roof okay? Is the garage going to be okay?
Is this going to? How much money is this storm going to cost me?
And because
That's you're thinking like a true homeowner.
because I'm like there could be something that really happens that just rips all this, several shingles off, and
Yeah.
our roof starts leaking. That's true paranoia to me.
That's just being. I would call that being responsible.
Maybe I appreciate.
I'd have
that.
to look at the dictionary definition of it, but I feel like paranoia relates to things that are not universally concerning. Right? There are things that are concerning to you for maybe a subconscious reason.
Well, and so one of those subconscious reasons being when I first actually I don't think we were even living together yet.
Mm-hmm.
There was a bunch of siding. A storm came through.
Yeah.
And a bunch of siding got ripped off of the side of the garage. And I went out there and I fixed it after it was some months, but I finally got it.
You got right on it.
Well, I wasn't living there at the time.
Yeah.
And then when I was living there, I'm like,
Yeah.
we can't just have this insulation just showing on the side of the garage.
Yeah.
So I went out there and I fixed that. And it's definitely held up. There's never been any other issue with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's still something in the back of my mind that I'm like, fuck, if that happened once, it can easily happen again.
That's true.
And then like I said, I start thinking about our roof. Like, we have a friend that his roof is destroyed, and I don't want that to be our roof. And so I always think when there's a really strong storm coming through, I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, what damage is going to happen today?
I think you are.
And
You're being a homeowner.
Don't get me wrong. There's never been any serious damage that we've ever had. We got our tree cut in the backyard to where it's not hitting the house anymore and all that.
Yeah.
So that probably would have caused the most damage.
Probably.
But that's all gone now.
Yeah.
But there's still something in the back of my mind that I'm like, oh, when the weather gets sketchy, I'm like, there could still be something that happens.
Listen, if you had a child or a house guest who was washing clothes in your washing machine, and the motherfucker kept leaving like wrenches and screwdrivers in their pocket and then throwing them in the washing machine, you'd be paranoid about who just threw that load. Wait, I hear the washer running. Who fucking did it? Was it Bill? Fucking Bill, always leaving screwdrivers and wrenches in his pockets, just banging the fuck out of my washing machine. And I need to watch this now because he's going to cost me. I'm going to get a new washer. I feel it. I know it in my bones. That's paranoia. That's you're just being a homeowner protecting what you're responsible for.
All right. I mean,
that could be the siding. It could be the roof. It could be the washer. It could be anything that is either going to cost you time or money to fix.
All right. I appreciate you saying it's not paranoia, but
No, I'm not saying it's not paranoia.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
saying, but I'm saying it's it may seem like paranoia to you, and maybe in fact it is paranoia, but it is the thing that every homeowner has experienced, being like, what the fuck is going to happen next? That owning a house is like owning a time bomb, in which anything could happen at any point.
Something's going to happen.
Something is going to go wrong, and you have to be ready to deal with it, either with your time or your money to fix it. And if you got a bonus and you decided to use that bonus to go on vacation or to buy a pool, as Clark Griswold did, guaranteed the minute you write that check, something's going to fucking explode in your house. The hot water heater, the furnace, your washer, the fridge, it doesn't matter what it is. Like, you have to be prepared for those. And that is what, for most new homeowners, is difficult to impart to them.
Well, you
got to be ready for that shit.
And I've never experienced this until Danielle and I got married.
Mm-hmm.
And, we moved in together. And I'm just like.
If it's paranoia, I think it's a healthy paranoia that you should have as a homeowner, to be prepared and worried about those things, because that means that when they happen, you will be ready.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because trust me, I'm
so proud of you, dude.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you.
Let's close out the show with a shot.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers to everybody too.
Which the last thing I will say about the paranoia.
Oh. Yep.
It might have been 2 years ago now.
Okay.
A nasty storm did come through. Didn't cause any damage on the house, which I was obviously more than happy with.
Pleased about.
But we lost power. And so this was right around it was going to be our first anniversary. Mm-hmm. Lost power. It was out for a day. And I finally called off work. I'm like, I have to figure out what I can do to get us some power.
Right.
So we don't lose the fridge. We don't lose, we have a deep freezer. And my mom was nice enough to say, like, oh, it's your guys' first anniversary. Like, this is a crazy time to do this, but for your first anniversary gift, I'll buy you a generator.
What a great gift.
Oh, so went and got the generator, brought it home. Couldn't get it started for the life of me.
A brand new generator wouldn't start?
There was one little switch that I thought was for something completely unrelated, but it was the fuel line.
Yeah.
That I had to turn on.
Okay.
And ever since we've had the generator, brand new Ryobi generator, we've never lost power.
Isn't that how it goes? But the minute if you loan it to someone, you want to lose power, loan it to me. Loan it to me to use just for the weekend, and I guarantee the minute that you drop it off and you drive back home, you're going to get home and just be like, well, power's out.
Dude,
this is the way of the world. You can call it Murphy's Law, you can call it whatever you want, but this is the way of owning a home.
It's almost upsetting, because there's been a couple days where, again, too, like I don't want any damage to happen to our house or anything like that, but I'm like, I don't know, at least lose power for a day, just so I,
dude,
just
do
so I
not
can
tempt fate and wish for the power to go out.
I know I shouldn't. But still, I'm like, we have this brand new generator sitting in the garage that we've never used.
Yeah.
And hopefully we don't have to use it, but it's just sitting there now.
Listen, if you could hear the sound of my voice, if you could see me on YouTube, pray with me that Cory hasn't just jinxed himself into going another 2 weeks without power starting tonight. We pray for you, Cory Slesky.
Thank you.
North, south, east, west. All right, that is the show for the week. Thank you guys for joining us. We love you. We'll see you next time. Peace out.